love is in the air, the world-famous Chicago rat hole is no more, and an alligator enjoys the warm embrace of this Florida man. Hey, I'm Greg Ott, and we've got all these stories coming your way right now on your daily news refresh. Before we get going, give us a like and a hot subscribe to get more weird and interesting news videos in your feed each and every day. Thanks. So let's start with this.
Mam do ciebie prośbę, kochanie. Czy zgodziłabyś się zostać moją żoną?
That's quite the important announcement being broadcast over the airplane PA by this Polish pilot, who's proposing marriage to someone he'd previously met on board.
Dzień dobry, mówi kapitan Konrad Hans. Witam Państwa serdecznie na pokładzie samolotu Embraer 195 polskich linii lotniczych LOT. Dzisiaj na pokładzie tego samolotu jest bardzo ważna dla mnie osoba i mam nadzieję, że się niczego nie spodziewała. Proszę Państwa, 1,5 roku temu w tej pracy poznałem najcudowniejszą osobę, która totalnie odmieniła moje życie zupełnie. Jesteś dla mnie największym skarbem, największym spełnieniem moich marzeń. W związku z tym mam do Ciebie prośbę, kochanie. Czy zgodziłabyś się zostać moją żoną?
He pops the question in Polish, as is the style there, and from the back of the plane runs the woman, and it turns out she's a flight attendant. In this video put out by the airline, the pilot says they met on a flight to Krakow a while back, and he decided to propose, well, on another flight to Krakow.
Powiedziała tak!
On Facebook, dozens wish them congratulations, Dorota Duda's avatar gave it a light clap, and Marta Mikulski really lowered the altitude, writing, "This seems quite petty. Why do people crave all the attention? The video comes off as rather cheesy." In spite of Marta's displeasure, the airline observed that you won't see anything more touching today. And it's certainly a welcome change of pace from the typical types of airplane videos that tend to go viral these days.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off in everyone!
Wow.
Chicago's beloved rat hole is gone.
Bye-bye, rat hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
This video was taken Wednesday across the street from the iconic rat-shaped sidewalk hole in the Roscoe Village neighborhood. That's a city crew working to remove the entire square of sidewalk containing this rat-shaped imprint that attained landmark status on Apple Maps. Now, if you're not familiar with the rat hole, the New York Times once described it as Chicago's Stonehenge. And even though widespread knowledge of this rodent-resembling pit went viral earlier this year, some locals claim it's actually been around for decades. It's also up for debate whether the rat hole is a rat hole. Some think it's actually the shape of a squirrel. But nevertheless, up until now, people had been paying pilgrimage to this site and even making offerings into it, tossing cigarettes and loose change. After it went viral earlier this year, someone actually filled in the rat indentation, only for a local to scrape out the goo and restore it to its holy rodent glory soon after. But now, the entire thing is gone. Locals have long complained about all the attention it's received from visitors, and just recently, city officials determined the segment of the sidewalk that contained the rat imprint was damaged. And with the city crew employing a concrete saw and a forklift, out went the rat hole into rat history.
Oh my gosh. All this for a rat imprint.
But hope springs eternal for the rat hole's future. The city's Department of Transportation says they've placed this section of the sidewalk in temporary storage, though they've yet to find the rat hole a new home. I certainly hope they don't send it to New York. The city just rolled out a new rat contraceptive pilot that's trying to plug all of its rat holes too. And now a man wrestling an alligator in the middle of the road. The Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Department posted this Instagram video earlier this week, captioning, just to name a few, you have military uniforms, police uniform, medical scrubs, and sports uniforms. And then you have a pair of denim shorts and a plaid shirt. Our plaid shirt here is named Mike Draggett, and he's a licensed alligator trapper. The Sheriff's Department called Mike while he was at a hockey game the other day, and it turns out he was only 5 minutes away from this gator on the prowl. So he headed over, sans any of his typical gear, and got to work. The 8-foot-long creature scooted across the road for a bit, but it was ultimately no match for the man who self-identifies as the blue-collar brawler. You see, barehanded gator grappling is kind of his thing, and he'd certainly be a standout player in the Florida Man games, the ones we told you about earlier this year on your news refresh. Please subscribe. About a year ago, he posted this video to his Instagram of him removing a 10-foot alligator from an elementary school. Here's another one of him catching a gator with pork rinds. Here's another gator, another gator, another gator. You get the idea. This PSA from Florida's Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission observes that alligators are important to Florida's ecosystem, and they're found everywhere in the state. And if you want to stay safe, don't feed them, leash your pets, aka don't feed them, swim during the day, and if you spot a gator, keep your distance. Unless, of course, you're this guy, showing off his fine haul in front of a strip mall.